Here we are at Snetterton for the 7th and 8th round of the BRSCC Fiesta Junior Championship. With today's undecisive weather, we are sure to see some interesting racing. I'm now going to pass you over to Richard to talk you through the grid for race 1.
Championship leader Aaron Thompson lines up on pole with Carlito Moracco alongside. Then it's Ronan Quinn and Michael Higgs on row 2. Cameron Pugh with Nathan Edwards, 5th and 6th. Then Richard Crisp and Lewis Kent, Sikander Hussain, Elliot Wilson and Alex Tate completing the 11-car grid. Round 7 of the championship on the 200 circuit at Snetterton. That's the shorter circuit, the more traditional layout that long-term aficionados will be familiar with. It's a recalcitrant start from the poleman Aaron Thompson. Left of shot, he's been left behind. It's his teammate Michael Higgs who leads down into riches for the first time. Up into second position goes, that's Nathan Edwards, and then Carlito Moracco in third. And Aaron Thompson is left challenging the yellow and blue car of Ronan Quinn. But it's Michael Higgs that leads into Montreal for the first time. Well, this is normally where we'd see them sweep onto... Oh, and a problem there for Cameron Pugh in car number 7, that car that we see also in the Fiesta Senior Championship. A half spin, and hopefully Cameron will be able to rejoin this 20-minute race as Aaron Thompson, he's recovering well. He's got himself ahead of Carlito Moracco, who started on the front row of the grid. Ronan Quinn right behind him. But Michael Higgs, it is that leads the double winner here at Snetterton in rounds 3 and 4. And Thompson, that's actually going to be an advantage for Higgs to come into this meeting. Granted, the previous meeting was on the 300 circuit with the twists and turns of the infield section, but as I say, that will give him a psychological advantage. Moracco being chased by Ronan Quinn, the Leicestershire-based youngster, still searching for his first podium, but he's been very consistent. 5th and 6th in the first round of the year, 2 7th places here in the visit earlier on in the season, as Thompson is about to have a look at Nathan Edwards for second position, comes offline and goes side by side into riches to challenge for second place, and Aaron Thompson is going to go through. We're in car with Nathan Edwards. Keep your eyes to the right of shot to see whether Thompson can go through. Edwards turns in. I think he's giving Thompson room, and that's why, because Thompson goes through into second position, now onto the Bentley straight, or the Rivet straight as it was known. Always have to have a little chuckle when you see drivers going come on, as if the other guys are just going to back off for a little bit. But Thompson up into second position. Now the key thing here with the wet conditions is that a lot of people talk about power advantages and such like, but remember, all these cars technically the same specification, and the wet's going to level that out. So this is great driving from all the guys that are on the grid here, all driving absolutely superbly. Michael Higgs leading the field. Good recovery thus far from Thompson in second. Nathan Edwards is there in third place after 4 podia on the bounce. 2 here at Snet, 2 more at Donington on the 10th of May. And he's looking good for a podium position here too at the moment, back in third place. Carlito Moracco is chasing the white car with the black stripes, followed by the yellow car of Ronan Quinn. You can see that we've got a big field of runners, a massive amount of smoke there. Was that Sikander Hussain pumping out the smoke? Well, not sure. They went out of Murray's, which is the last corner on the circuit, and we'll see how the retirements pan out. But we're looking at Ronan Quinn putting some pressure on Moracco at the moment as the cars head down towards the Montreal, it's going to say the Montreal hairpin, but Montreal, the right-hander, as opposed to the hairpin here, using the old configuration. You can see the point where they can dip off onto the infield circuit if it's being used. But it's Michael Higgs out front, Aaron Thompson in second. Higgs qualified fourth, so had a very good start. The two Jam Sport teammates first and second, very clearly relishing these wet conditions. Morocco still coming under pressure from Ronan Quinn, who qualified third fastest. Aaron Thompson with a 1:29.6 in qualifying, a second clear of Morocco, and Thompson taking his second pole position of the year. Michael Higgs got pole here at Snetterton earlier on. Nathan Edwards taking pole at Donington Park, and Aaron Thompson taking pole at Silverstone for the opening round. In terms of fastest laps this year, all bar one race have gone to Aaron Thompson. That smoke still being kicked up in the background as the cars go along the centre straight down into Riches. Now Aaron Thompson is catching his teammate here. Thompson having set fastest lap after fastest lap. Higgs is quick out front, make no mistake about that. He's got the advantage though of not having the spray in his face at the moment, and I'm guessing with the entry we've got another good double figure entry here for the Fiesta Junior Championship. We were up to 12 cars at Donington Park. Conor Grady's moved on. He's going to be running in the Snetterton Junior Championship as Thompson now really is piling the pressure on, and it's ever so slightly defensive from Michael Higgs going into Nelson, into Brundle now, and you can see that Aaron Thompson is all over the back of the leader, dives out of the slipstream, a little bit of contact between the two, and Thompson goes through. And now you can see a little bit of spray. Actually, the spray is not too bad for Higgs, and he is chasing Thompson, but it's Aaron Thompson back in front. If he can win this one, it'll be a ninth career win, I think, by my calculations, and he's closing up on the likes of Jack Mitchell and JJ Ross. And JJ Ross, of course, doing well in the Senior Fiesta Championship now. Jack Mitchell has moved on to Clio Cup racing after racing also in Snetterton Junior, and has already had a podium in the Clio Championship. And I think there's a very large percentage of the Clio Cup field have raced in either junior or senior Fiestas, which is a real testament to these championships. So change round then for third place, and Nathan Edwards now down to fourth behind Ronan Quinn, and coming on to the Revett Straight. Always tempted to call it the Rivette Straight after Paul Rivette, but actually nothing to do with him. And now known as the Bentley Straight in the rebranding that Jonathan Palmer's MSV team did a few years ago. And this is an absolutely top class venue to come to, as indeed all of the MSV circuits are. You're assured a warm welcome at all these tracks, and very high level of maintenance at all the MSV circuits, and well worth a visit. But look at Thompson, he's pulling clear now. He's got the fastest lap again, 1 minute 35.607, averaging, even in these wet conditions, 74.7 miles an hour, so knocking on the door of 75 miles an hour, and comes along the slight climb up the first part of the centre straight, and then a slight descent into Rich's corner, first of the right-handers on this 200 circuit. Thompson looking here for another win. Michael Higgs is going to pick up another second place. Higgs comes from Dunmow, another Essex-based racer like Thompson. He's been an ever-present on the podium this year, as has Aaron Thompson. Aaron has either finished first or second. Michael Higgs had a third place at Silverstone Race 2. But again, ever present on the podium. But Thompson, the championship leader, and Michael Higgs second in the championship from Nathan Edwards, then Conor Grady, Ronan Quinn, who should move up to fourth in the table at this meeting, and Sikander Hussain sixth. Sikander sadly is out of the race, as is Richard Crisp. Richard in his second meeting after taking two excellent fourth places at Donington Park. But Aaron Thompson, hoping to follow in the wheel tracks of his dad, and indeed his granddad, his Uncle Paul, his cousin Bobby Thompson, who races well in whatever he does. Real racing family, and comes on to the centre straight for the last time. It's going to be Aaron Thompson that takes the win. We look for the checkered flag, as does Aaron. There it is. Thompson wins it. Michael Higgs is in second place. Third position is going to go to Ronan Quinn. A great result for Ronan Quinn. The Leicestershire man gets his first podium. So a terrific result for Quinn. Always racking up first in this championship, meeting by meeting. Thompson from Higgs and Quinn. Nathan Edwards fourth. Morocco is fifth from Lewis Kent. Then Elliot Wilson, Alex Tate, Cameron Pugh.
Aaron, a fantastic achievement. You just grasped first place.
Yeah, no, that was good. I didn't think I would halfway through. I made an awful start, just wheel spin in the wet. We really got to improve them. We're always dropping back, but yeah, I managed to fight through, banging and donging in the wet. But yeah, I'm happy to get my fifth one of the year. It's a good result.
It's fantastic. I mean, and yourself and Michael were battling it the whole way through.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Michael was in front of me for the first half of the race, so just catching. I knew where I was quicker than him. It was coming down the back straight into under the bridge, so that's where I capitalised and managed to get him into the bum hole. A little bit of contact, but nothing too serious. Both carried on, and yeah, got in front of him. Managed to pull a nice little comfortable gap for me to sit back, pull together what I was doing, and just try and improve my lap times.
Mike, second position. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, on the start, I managed to go from fourth to second. Got a really good start. I think first, second, slightly jumped it a bit, and then stopped themselves on the brakes, and then I managed to get a really good start.
How did you find the car in the rain?
I'm happy with the car in the rain. You know, the jams will prepare me a brilliant car in the rain, and I just had to sort of work against the conditions and try and claw back first. But by the end of the race, Aaron just had the lead over me.
Ronan, third place. You've grabbed your first podium. You must be ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm just so happy.
How did you find keeping up to the first and second?
Yeah, I felt I was catching them slightly near towards the end, but it was difficult conditions. But I managed to get a good result, so I'm really happy.
Did you find your car handled the rain well then, if you say it was difficult?
It's definitely difficult out there, but my team Daniel set the car up really well, so we had a good setup.
Welcome back to Snetterton. Round 8 of the Fiesta Junior Championship, organised by the BRSCC, about to get underway. Aaron Thompson on pole, Michael Higgs due to line up alongside, then Ronan Quinn and Nathan Edwards, Carlito Morocco, Lewis Kent, Elliot Wilson with Alex Tate on row 4, then Cameron Pugh, Sikander Hussain and Richard Crisp completing the grid. Michael Higgs has had a problem. He's starting from pit lane, and we've got to say well done to Lewis Kent there in the Essex Bodies car. His best ever result in race number 1, took 6th position. Apologies for not mentioning that in race number 1, Lewis. They get away. Keep your eyes open for Michael Higgs, who'll start from pit lane. Conditions are so much better here, and Aaron Thompson it is that leads side by side for second place, and it's Ronan Quinn from Nathan Edwards. As we look at the 15 car, Sikander Hussain, who non-finished in race number 1, the Danoff car. Ronan Quinn in second, then Nathan Edwards, followed by Carlito Morocco. Edwards, as they go through what's now a little mini chicane on the way out of Montreal, and now head down this long Bentley straight, and it's Aaron Thompson who could well equal JJ Ross's record of 10 race wins here if he takes this win. Now, bear in mind what I said about the conditions in race number 1. A terrific drive by all concerned, and the wet conditions can of course negate any advantage that the drivers have, so it comes down to setup and driver skill rather than grunt. Now remember, these cars of course evenly matched, and I think that wet race proved it. Thompson, remember, won a difficult race at Anglesey last year, and some people were saying, oh well, of course he went out on the right tyres, and that was the case. Indeed he did, but he still had to pedal the car home in tricky conditions to take that win, and he's proved since then that he's a very capable pilot, Aaron Thompson. As we go back down the field, 75 goes through, followed by Lewis Kent. Then we've got Sikander Hussain. Cameron Pugh goes through. There in 56 is Richard Crisp, having his second meeting, looking for his third finish here after a non-finish in race number 1. So Lewis Kent, the Witton-based racer, goes through. This, I'm guessing, is going to be his home race. Not quite sure whether Brands Hatch might be nearer, but probably is the nearest race for him. As we go in car with Richard Crisp, very useful addition. Took 2 4th places at Donington Park, and Lewis Kent chasing him, goes down the inside of Carlito Morocco. So Kent passes Morocco, and you can see Lewis Kent's confidence is going up. And this is the view of the cars coming down the Bentley straight. Aaron Thompson still in front. Michael Higgs is starting to try and chip his way through the field. Oh, and contact, and bang! Into the wall. A nasty crash there for Carlito Morocco, who was victim of a little bit of contact for sure. Michael Higgs has made up some places, as you can see. And that, understandably, bringing out the red flags with these youngsters. And a reminder, if you've not seen this programme before, caters, the championship caters for 14 to 17 year olds, so safety absolutely paramount. So restart here at Snetterton, and Michael Higgs manages to start on the front row. He was working his way through the field, but he's claimed his position, and Aaron Thompson again does a great start. Higgs is slotting into second place. Who's going to come through in third place? It's Ronan Quinn, followed by Nathan Edwards. Then we've got Lewis Kent, followed by Cameron Pugh. Kept wanting to say Warren Kent there. Warren is Lewis's dad, who had the pleasure of commentating on many times over the years in different formulae. But Michael Higgs chasing his teammate now. So Aaron Thompson, he'll be pleased to see Michael Higgs there on one hand, but on the other hand, he might have fancied a slightly easier job without the double race winner taking the battle to him. But Thompson, look at that, confident line into Brundle, ahead of Higgs with Ronan Quinn in third place. Quinn looking to bag another podium, and that's the key thing about this racing. As I said, 14 to 17 year olds. Now Quinn's confidence, now he's got that first podium, will really start to build, and he'll think, OK, I've bagged a third place, the next target's going to be second or even the win. And once you've done that, once you've been in that place, maintain the position, then the confidence builds and the better results will come, as you know you can do it. And there he is in the Daniels Motorsport car, chasing the two Jam Sport teammates. Through goes Nathan Edwards, through two goes Lewis Kent, who's running in fifth position here. So Lewis Kent running well along centre straight. Certainly a mixed bag in terms of conditions we've had this weekend, and that's all part of the learning experience for these drivers as Thompson goes through again. There is Quinn trying to hunt down Michael Higgs. Now, would Ronan Quinn have held on for a second position here if Michael Higgs had to continue going through the field? One does wonder. Sadly lost Elliot Wilson as well in that incident. So just down to 9 cars at the moment, and Aaron Thompson is pulling away. Look at the gap that Thompson's got. Certainly Higgs was keeping him a lot more honest in the wet conditions, but Thompson pulling away. For his point of view, Thompson, he's qualified on pole. He had to work hard for that win in race number 1 in the wet conditions. I'm not saying it's not hard work from the front, because it is, but he's not having to overtake anybody at the moment. He's just got to focus on the road ahead and come through. This is the view from Nathan Edwards, 4th position, 3rd place in the championship standings at the moment, coming around Corham into Murray's and then onto the centre straight. A great shot of Snetterton, whatever configuration you race on, it's absolutely superb. And this is actually the first time I've seen the 200 circuit in operation for a good while, and it's a refreshing change to come back here. It means that we can come back to the same venue and have 2 completely different racetracks. There are several circuits like that now in the UK that you can race on, Anglesey circuit being one. Remember the juniors raced at Anglesey last year. Silverstone, another venue you can go to race on different configurations throughout the year, which is great. Of course, Brands Hatch has got the GP loop as well. Donington has too. So there is the 56 car of Richard Crisp chasing Lewis Kent at the moment, and down behind them it's Cameron Pugh in the dark car with the red flashes, the grey car with the red flashes, chasing. There's Lewis Kent, still up ahead at the moment of Richard Crisp. So a really good scrap between these two, and this is, I think, for 5th position. So Lewis Kent could be on for another improvement in terms of best result. This is the battle for 3rd place. Ronan Quinn being chased by Nathan Edwards, and Nathan closing up, runs a tad wider as they come out of Nelson and down into the bomb hole. But as we get to the camera being 90 degrees onto him, you can see that Quinn's got a lead of 5 or 6 lengths on him at the moment, and a little bit more than that out to Michael Higgs, still in second position, and Aaron Thompson, who's got the fastest lap, back on lap 2, a 1 minute 30.073. That's going to be the fastest lap of the race meeting. Aaron did a 1:29 in qualifying yesterday, so maybe he's got a little bit in reserve if he needs it, but he's away down the road. There is Michael Higgs second. This the scrap for third, and you can see, now was that Lewis Kent just going a little bit wide as we go on to the last lap. Aaron Thompson, though, heading down into Montreal, out of Riches, a short straight down here. Thompson looks across, turns in neatly in the SDT Contracts car. That's the company owned by his dad, Steve. And he's got a good lead here. The lead built out to very nearly 5 seconds. So Thompson will take another win. He will equal, he'll maintain the championship lead and indeed extend it. He will equal JJ Ross's career total, which looks as if that might go. So this will put Thompson joint second in the career race win standings for the Fiesta Juniors. And by the end of the year, because we've got Castle Combe, Silverstone, Rockingham and Brands Hatch to come, this is only the halfway point of the year. So we may well see Aaron Thompson as the most successful driver in Fiesta Juniors by the end of the year. And we've seen some terrific drivers coming through the ranks of this class over recent years. But Thompson goes through and onto the centre straight for the last time. Thompson leading, Michael Higgs second, still a great scrap on for third. The yellow car of Ronan Quinn up ahead of Nathan Edwards. Is Nathan going to get another podium? We'll find out the answer to that in a minute. The checker goes to Aaron Thompson. There is Michael Higgs, who crosses the line second. Ronan Quinn gets third ahead of Nathan Edwards, and Cameron Pugh coming through ahead of Lewis Kent. So Lewis gets another 6. Cameron Pugh takes a 5th position, his best result. Here is the confirmation. Thompson, Higgs, Quinn, Edwards, Pugh, Lewis Kent 6, Richard Crisp next from Alex Tate and Sikander Hussain. Championship standings look like this. Aaron Thompson leads the standings following our race meeting here at Snetterton. Second place in the table, Michael Higgs from Nathan Edwards. Conor Grady 4th from Ronan Quinn. Then Carlito Moracco in 6th.
Aaron, your 4th win in a row and another double weekend for you.
Yeah, no, that was great. That's our 3rd of the year so far. Yeah, no, I'm happy to get the 6th one of the season and my 10th of my career, so yeah, I'm happy.
Did you have to constantly check in your mirrors for Michael, or you kind of got a gap after a little while, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I mean, finally got a better start than him, and I looked straight at my mirrors, stuck my finger out the window, told him we're teammates, so we're going to work together into the fight and to get away from the pack. But yeah, no, he gave me the thumbs up, so I knew I didn't have to defend from him, and yeah, just luckily managed to pull a gap.
Michael, congratulations on the result. 2 podiums in one day.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Really good for the team. I'm just happy. Amberstone and Jam Sport prepared me a brilliant car. I'm really happy with it.
And did you ever catch up to, do you know, first? Or?
On the restart after the incident, Aaron just managed to get a good start, and from there he managed to pull away. I had Ronan behind me, battling with me, and then Nathan as well. So I think that allowed Aaron to get his gap.
Twice on the podium in one day.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm just so pleased.
And Ronan, you also got a special award. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I got the Driver of the Day award, which is for like the most improved rookie and the most competitive rookie. So I'm really pleased with that as well.
I'm going to say that's a fantastic achievement. Not only 2 podiums, but also that award.
Yeah, I just can't believe it's been such a great weekend. We've just practiced, we were just building everything up, and the races have gone really well.